everybody please take your seats so we can get started? Thank you. Our MC tonight is Ben Collins, so I'm going to hand it off to him.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to Troop 147 Spring Court of Honor. My name is Ben Collins, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies tonight. We will begin our ceremony with the posting of our colors.
Scouts, attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard, advance. Color guard, hold. That's the colors. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard retreat. Color guard dismissed. Scouts at ease. The audience may sit.
Okay, so Troop 147 has participated in 3 outings since our last Court of Honor. The outings consisted of trips to Elkmont, Okefenokee Swamp, and the Chickamauga Battleground. And I'll now ask Matthew Collins to come forward and share the outing summary of the Elkmont trip.
Alright, so we go to Elkmont every November. It's kind of an annual thing for our Thanksgiving. And we normally have a big crowd for it. And that's also an outing that our younger scouts from Pac 251 join us. And so we get up there Friday night, set up camp, have a good night's sleep, come back, not come back, but on Saturday morning we eat, and then this outing, the adults mainly cook for us. They cook lunch and a really nice Thanksgiving dinner. And while they're doing that, we're teaching the younger scouts some knots, and we're building this thing called a monkey bridge. And what it is, it's like this A-frame that puts you up from like 10 feet above water, and we separate it with like ropes, and you walk across it. It's a lot of fun. We got everyone to do it, even some of the adults, which was a challenge, but we managed to do it. And then we took it down, and Mr. Campbell took some of the younger scouts on a hike, and they saw like cabins and cool nature. And then we cooked and had a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was really good, as it always is. The turkey is like in this little convection oven that they made out of aluminum foil. And they cook it just right, have mashed potatoes, corn, rolls. So it was a good outing. And then Sunday we came back. It was a great time.
Okay, I will now ask Graham Monroe to come forward and share an outing summary of the trip to Okefenokee Swamp.
All right. The Okefenokee trip this is the first time I've been on it. I actually kind of grew up around Scouts. My brother was in it, and my dad wasn't in it, but he wanted to. He regrets it a little bit. But I kind of grew up around Scouting, and I really took my brother as a role model. He wanted to be an Eagle Scout. I took it to be something that I wanted to grow up and do, and be an Eagle Scout. So we had 15 scouts, and I want to say 6 adults go on this Okefenokee trip. It was really complicated to plan because we had canoes that we packed and had to double layer our stuff. We would put it in a trash bag, put that trash bag in another trash bag, tie it, and put it in a canoe and go up there. And there was no running water up there, which was a challenge. We managed. And whenever we needed water, we would take 6 or 7 scouts and put them in different canoes and take water jugs that we use and take them up there and fill them up. And each of us saw about 50 to 75 alligators, each of us, on that trip. There were multiple. Personally, I had a very touching experience with an alligator. So I was on a water run with my friend JP, and on the way up there it was fine. We just had, on the way back, we had a little steering trouble, and we ended up next, about 10 feet away from an alligator, and we kind of were stuck in the marsh, and we had nothing to do because we couldn't get out of there. We were so stuck in this combination of grass and mud and water, and it was terrible. And then, just to give it some umph, the alligator decided to spaz and hit the front of our boat, and I was in the front. So I was a little uncomfortable being that close to an 8-foot alligator, and never had. I'm only 12 years old, and that's the scariest thing that's happened to me. And when I grow up, that's one thing I'm going to tell to my grandchildren. I'm going to tell them, when I was a Boy Scout, I almost got eaten by an alligator. That's fair enough. It was over spring break. We have different spring break trips every year. Last year we went to Destin. Yeah, it was Destin. That was a fun trip. Yeah, we went from the 14th to the 18th, and we stayed different campsites. The first time we stayed at some campsite about 10 miles away from, 5 or 10 miles away from the place where we got in the canoes and went up there. But we went up there the second night, spent 2 nights up there, and then came back, spent another night, had a shower, amazing. And after that, we got in the van, went our way back, and that was about it. Oh yeah, the mosquitoes were terrible.
Okay. I'll now ask Evan Scow to come forward and share an outing summary of the trip to Chickamauga Battleground.
Okay, so last month we went to Chickamauga. It was pretty cool. Okay, so first we drove down, and it was just like a normal drive down where we were all in the van. Except I was in the van, but the people in the van were probably really sweaty. Okay. But then after that, we got to the battlefield, and we set up our tents right before it started storming. And then when it started storming, I slept through it all, so I really don't know. But apparently no one could sleep, but I slept through the whole thing. The next day, we woke up, and there's water everywhere, but we made breakfast when all this stuff was wet. Not like just cooking stuff, but like the ground and the table. And we made a whole bunch of Mega Hitler pancakes. And they were just these huge pancakes with chocolate all over them. Terrible memories. Yeah, I agree. It's terrible. But then we went to the battlefield after breakfast. And it was really cool. And we got to play capture the flag. And it was fun. And we lost. And then later that night, after we had eaten, Will, would you like to add to the conversation? No. Okay. After that, we played another game of flag football. No, we played another game, Capture the Flag, and it was a tie for like 3 hours. We were just doing it. Nobody won. And then Max and a couple of other people had a campfire ceremony thing where we told a whole bunch of cool stories so they could get their communications merit back. And then we went to sleep. And apparently it stormed again, and I slept through the whole thing. And then, oh yeah, I forgot, I did eat an entire can of beans, because no one else wanted them.
Okay, I will now turn the program over to our Scoutmaster, Mr. Padron, and our Senior Patrol Leader, Joe Hudsonweiler, for recognition of rank advancements and the awarding of the